Hey everyone, welcome back to Diego Knows. I'm Diego, and we're going to talk some more about Sex and the City. That's right, Sex and the City, that wonderful show from the late 90s and the early 2000s. And my name is Diego. I've watched every single episode of Sex and the City. And I watched it back in the day when it first came out, too. Okay, so I know what I'm talking about. I also watched both movies, and I watched that piece of shit show and just like crap. Do not watch it. It's a piece of shit. It's a fucking abortion. I already reviewed it. If you want to watch my reviews, they're already on this channel. Okay, we're gonna talk about the original Sex and the City though. Okay, the good show, the one from the late '90s, early 2000s. All right, I'm a big fan of the show. The reason I watched the show is because I liked it. I actually did enjoy the show. The only problem I had is I did not like the way they were depicting the straight men that were on the show. These men that women were having sex with, I don't know what the fuck those guys were. Those were not real men. Okay, this show was written by gay guys, lesbians, and feminists, and they do not understand what a straight man goes through, what he feels, what's in his heart, or what's in his cock, actually. Okay, they don't fucking know. They don't understand. Okay, and that's why I have this show here. I'm gonna give you a straight man's point of view, okay? Straight up, baby, with no lube. Okay, I do not lie here. I'm gonna tell the honest God truth from a straight man's point of view. If you're easily offended, if you're easily triggered, get the fuck out right now. I will not spare your feelings. I'm gonna tell you the truth, whether you like it or not, okay? The real question you ask yourself is, can you handle it? Can you handle it? Because I don't think you can. I don't think you can, but we'll see, won't we? Okay, anyway. So this is part 2 of my review. Okay, we were at season 6. This is the last season of the show. This is episode 10. Okay, this is part 2 of my review of episode 10. I already did the first half of this episode already. Okay, part 10, episode 10, sorry. Of season 6. Okay, the name of this episode is called Boy Interrupted, which is a play on that Winona Ryder, Angelina Jolie, Brittany Murphy movie, you know, Girl Interrupted, okay? This time it's about a boy interrupted, okay? So we're dealing with themes like high school, being immature, cheerleaders, popular kids, you know, high school love, that kind of shit, reminiscing, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know? So that's the theme of this episode, okay? So where we left off, all right, was Miranda's in lust. Well, no, she's in lust with Blair Underwood, who plays Dr. Robert Leeds. He's like a poor man's fucking Billy D. Williams. You know, he's out there. He's like the suave sports medicine doctor for the Knicks. Hey, you know, he's acting like Idris Elba here. Okay, like, hey, I'm Black Superman. Yeah, like that, okay? He's got his fucking Colt 45, and he's going to fucking town, all right? And he's a doctor for the New York Knicks, okay? And he is Miranda's new neighbor, so of course she wants to fuck him really bad. But she's afraid that he doesn't like her because he invited her to a game and she brought Charlotte with her to a Knicks game. And there was these super young 21, 19-year-old, 20-year-old hot-ass cheerleaders that were doing this dance during the halftime of the fucking game, and Robert was looking at them like, oh, yeah. He's looking at them. He's not looking at Miranda. He's looking at these hot girls, these hot, young, sexy women doing their fucking dance. You know, like I said, like Honey, like Jessica Alba from the movie Honey. Remember when she did the? Remember that? Yeah, like that. Okay, so of course he's getting turned on. Okay, and yeah, and you know, but he's not going to want to be with them. He'd rather be with Miranda. Why? What does Miranda have that those women don't have? She's 38. She's got a big fat ass. She's cellulite. She's a single mom, and she's a fucking bitch and a half who talks with her mouth full of food. Okay, so of course it's no contest. Of course he's going to get with Miranda. Okay, because in real life that's exactly what a man like him would do, isn't it? Isn't it? And if you believe that, I got a bridge I want to fucking sell you. Okay, so that's where we are with that. Okay, but she's afraid. She's afraid that he is not attracted to her. That he's attracted to them. Oh, cheerleader! I'm competing with a cheerleader. No, you're not. You know why, Miranda? Because there's no competition. There's no competition. All right, moving right along. Charlotte has some new information. Okay, her and Anthony, her gay best friend, they ran into Stanford and his boyfriend Marcus at this restaurant, and Anthony revealed to Charlotte that she knows for a fact that Stanford's boyfriend used to be a male gigolo. That's right, a male escort, a gay male escort. And he found that out because he was going through his fucking gay magazines, and he found an ad with Stanford's boyfriend on there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and of course Stanford doesn't know. Okay, so he revealed that secret. And he gave Charlotte the ad, and Charlotte looked at it. And she let Miranda look at it, and yeah, that's Marcus. That's Stanford's boyfriend. He's calling himself Paul. Oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, so he revealed that little bit of information. So now Charlotte doesn't know what to do. She's got the ad in her hand. She doesn't know whether she should tell Carrie about, because Carrie's Stanford's best gay friend, right? Stanford's Carrie's best gay friend. Should she tell Carrie? Should she not tell Carrie? She doesn't know. Okay, should she ruin this relationship because they're in love, right? Okay. All right. Meanwhile, Samantha is committing identity theft. There's this private British club that she's trying to get to because it's got a big pool. And I guess anybody goes to that pool in the summer. You know, so yeah, she wants to be part of that crowd, but they denied her application. So she found a member's card in the ladies' room. So she's pretending to be Annabelle Bornstein so that she can get into the club and use the pool, you know, and order all the drinks, you know, and hang out with all the, I guess, the privileged people that can do that. Like I said, this show's all about rich white women's problems, okay? So she's pretending to be somebody that she's not, to go to this pool, okay? That's her story. And meanwhile, Carrie is falling back in love with her high school boyfriend, played by David Duchovny from The X-Files and Californication. To me, he's a fucking nerd, but apparently a lot of you women out there think he's fucking hot shit, okay? And maybe he is hot shit with a lot of women, which is why his wife, Tia Leone, divorced his ass, because he had a sex addiction, which is code for I got caught cheating, but I don't want to fucking pay alimony. That's what it really is, okay? Yeah, same thing happened to Halle Berry's husband. Remember that? Yeah, and I met him too. Yeah, right. Okay, you know, yeah, we call it the Steven Tyler disease. Yeah, can't stop fucking. Okay, anyway, so yeah, so that's cool. So he revealed that to her that he's really not on vacation here in Connecticut. He's actually institutionalized at a nut house. He's at an asylum. At the like a Bellevue type medical facility for fucking people with mental problems. Okay, now I'm not against getting help. If you got mental issues, you do something about it. Okay, see a therapist, see a psychologist. If you're that bad off that you need to be institutionalized, do it. He's actually doing it on a voluntary basis. He committed himself into the nut house. Okay, and I know that that's emotive words that I'm using, but fuck, that's what we call it. Okay, straight man's point of view. Okay, I'm not going to talk to my guy friends and be like, hey, you know what? My friend Jeremy, he just got committed into a mental institution. Okay, no, we're gonna say he's in the fucking nut house because that's the way guys talk to each other. And I'm talking to you the way I would talk to a normal person. All right. So now she's having second thoughts. She goes to the pool party that Samantha invites her and the other girls to, and she tells them, "Hey, I wanted a man who could make a commitment, not a man who's committed." You know, big difference. So all the girls are there, and Stanford is there too at the pool party at the penthouse. The penthouse pool party is called the Soho House, okay, which I guess is a neighborhood in New York. Okay, and Stanford's there too. And Stanford's like, well, did he escape? And she's like, no, it's voluntary. It's more of a therapeutic community than a nut house. Well, if it's a therapeutic, well, what the fuck's he doing dating? That's what I want. What the fuck is he dating women for if he's in the fucking nut house? Okay, Miranda says like, I'm 38 and I'm competing with a cheerleader. No, you're not, Miranda. It's no competition. All right. Stanford says like, you know, in a good relationship, okay, there are no secrets. Marcus and I know everything about each other. Yeah, right. And he goes in the pool, and Charlotte says like, not everything, and she passes this note. So the girl, she passes it to Miranda, who passes it to Carrie, who passes it to Samantha. And Carrie's like, what? She's like, what? What is it? What? So she gives it to her, and she looks at it, and it's an ad. It's an ad, a male escort ad with Stanford's boyfriend on there. You know, he's like, his name is Paul. For a good time up the Hershey Highway. Fucking. Okay, anyway. So Carrie's like, oh my God, is this real? He said, yes, Anthony gave it to me. So, and she gives it to Samantha. And of course, Stanford's like, what's that? What is that right now? Show it to me right now. So he grabs it and he's like, where did you get this? Well, Samantha does try to hide it, but he demands that she give it to him. He's like, huh? Somebody tell me where this came from right now. Charlotte's like, I got it from Anthony, but I told him that you and Marcus were in love. You think you know somebody. And he walks away all sad. I feel bad for him. I do, man. He's a nice guy. Stanford's a nice guy. He's just, he's very, he wears his heart on his sleeve, okay? He's easily emotionally manipulated. He's easily hurt, okay? He has no hard shell outside of him, okay? Like, even the way he dresses is just showing off how sensitive he is. And so I feel bad for him. He's like fucking in love with this guy so much that he's showing him off to all of his friends, and then he finds out this about him. Yeah, and it's the same thing for us too, for us straight guys, we fall in love with a girl, and then all of a sudden we find, one of our guy friends comes up to us and says, hey, by the way, look at this thing here, and it's fucking Backdoor Beauties Part 8, where she's getting fucking filled out like an application. Like, what? She didn't tell me about this. It's like that. We don't want to know. We don't want to know that. We don't want that. That's not the kind of girl we want to date. And for gay guys, that's not the kind of guy they want to date. You know what I mean? And Stanford actually says later on that he's not really upset that his boyfriend was a male prostitute. He's upset that his boyfriend kept it a secret from him. Okay. So he's upset, and I feel bad. I really do. I like Stanford. I don't like him as much as Anthony, but I like Stanford. He's more level-headed. He's more like, you see, he's like this relative that you need to take care of him. Like a kid you need to take care of. You gotta make sure his feelings don't get hurt. So yeah, I feel bad for him. Finding out some info like that, nobody wants to fucking find that shit out, man. It sucks. All right. But meanwhile, the concierge, there was a British concierge. He confronts Samantha and tells her, hey, I know you're not, with his British accent. He's like, you're not Annabelle Bornstein. And so Samantha's like, yes, I am Annabelle. So he's like, you sound like you're American. Oh, well, I have several accents, He's like, no, I just spoke to Annabelle Bornstein on the phone. And you are not her. And he's like, yes, I am. I am Annabelle Bornstein. He's like, Annabelle Bornstein is from Sussex, as am I. And what part are you from? He's like, I'm from India. So the gig is up. She got busted. They kick her out. The girls are smart enough to fucking leave first. They see this conversation. They get the fuck out of there. But, Samantha tries to hold her ground, and then she gets kicked out of there. Okay. But at least she didn't fucking charge Annabelle Bornstein for all the drinks that she fucking ordered. So there's that. But yeah, she was still committing identity theft. Yeah. That's what happens when you listen to a fucking Spice Girl. She got jealous of fucking Ginger Spice, told her to go there. So she found a way to con herself into the fucking club. It's her own fucking fault, honestly. All right. So that happens here. So she gets out. She gets kicked out. Okay. Meanwhile, Miranda bumps into Robert in the mailroom of her building, because they live in the same building. And she's there checking her mail. And he shows up there. He's like, hey, how you doing, Miranda? And Miranda's like, I wanted to talk to you after the game, but you were talking to that cheerleader. Do you like her? Like, she couldn't be telegraphing this any worse. And he's like, no. Actually, Miranda, I like someone else. I'm not attracted to young, hot 19-year-old cheerleaders with big round asses, firm titties, and full lips. They can dance like this. No, they don't do it for me, baby. No. I'm attracted to 38-year-old fat-ass cellulite single moms that act like total fucking bitches. That's what turns me on. That's what I like. I like you, Miranda. I think we need to do the horizontal mambo. Well, how am I supposed to know that? This is how you know it. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And then the old lady that's their neighbor walks in on them while they're trying to fucking make out in the mailroom. It's, like this show belongs on it doesn't belong on HBO. This belongs on the fucking Sci-Fi Channel, okay? That's where this belongs. This is like a fucking episode of The Twilight Zone, okay? This ain't fucking real life, all right? No, no. Okay, yeah. See, you know what? If a straight guy had written this episode, none of this shit would have been happening. Okay, so that's going on here. Yeah, he likes 38-year-old fucking cellulite bitches. Yeah, single moms. Yeah, exactly. Message. Okay. Yeah. Bullshit flag? Do I really need to raise it? I think it's pretty obvious. Okay, so that's going on here. Jeremy shows up at Carrie's apartment. He's got a little bag. She opens the door. He's like standing there with a smile, like his bag. She's like, "What's this?" She's like, "Here, I got you a bag of marbles. I need you to hold them for me. In case I ever lose mine, I got a stash." Ladies, was that cute or was that fucking pathetic? I think he spent a lot of time and energy to make a pathetic opening like that. That's what I think. That's what I think. But you girls all fucking like David Duchovny, okay? He's like the sexiest nerd around, you know? Like if fucking if Bill Gates was fucking sexy, he'd be David Duchovny, right? Yeah, I know. Okay, I know this because I had a girlfriend at the time that fucking watched the X-Files like fucking crazy, and she thought fucking David Duchovny was the hottest fucking thing in the world. Okay, no, I don't fucking think so. But then again, yeah, I'm not the target audience here. Okay, to me, David Duchovny is just an average fucking guy. All right, and he's not much of an actor either. I really don't think so. Okay, I'm not the biggest fan of his. I got nothing against him personally. I just don't think he's all that. I think women make him out to be a lot more than he really is. I mean, look at fucking David Caruso, that fucking ginger from fucking what's he on now? Fucking CSI, fucking Miami or shit. Yeah, that ginger guy, that old guy with the red hair. Okay, I remember that motherfucker, dude. I remember when he was on NYPD Blue. Okay, I think that was the name of the show. He was on in the 90s. Okay, he was David Cruz. He was like the hottest thing in the whole fucking world for like of 1994. Okay, like he was like the hottest man. He looked like a fucking nerd. He looked just like he did when he was in fucking Officer and a Gentleman. He was the nerdy fucking naval recruit who fucking pussied out under pressure. He looks just like that. Okay, but because he's a TV star, all these girls are talking about how he's the hottest thing in the world. Like he's the kind of guy that used to get bullied in fucking junior high, and he hadn't changed at all. But yet you put him on a TV show, all of a sudden he's fucking hot. Even though he didn't look. He still looks the fucking same. That's what I think David Duchovny is. Okay, sorry, but that's what I think. I'm sorry. That's what I think. Okay, but anyway, he's there, and don't even get started on Californication. Oh my God, what bullshit that show was. Okay, this guy, he acts like a total asshole to everybody, and yet women keep throwing themselves at him. Like, what the fuck? All right. So anyway, so that's going on here. He goes there, he's got his marbles, He's got to say, he apologizes for not telling her sooner that he was institutionalized. Okay, but he didn't know how to work it in the conversation. He's like, "Hi, what do I say, Carrie? Hi, I'm crazy. You want to share an appetizer?" Like, I didn't know how to work it in the conversation. He's like, "I think I made it sound a lot worse than it really is." Juno Spears, that's the name of the hospital he's in, is not a cuckoo's nest. Okay, it's more like a canyon ranch. Okay, for the brain. Canyon Ranch for the brain, okay, and yes, they do have Pilates there, okay. He's like, I'm going through some heavy stuff right now. Well, if you're going through some heavy stuff, Jeremy, then why the fuck are you dating? Why are you trying to date somebody when you're going through this shit? He's like, I'm going through some heavy stuff. I'm doing a lot of soul searching, and instead of spending 5 years in therapy, I can spend the next month, dealing with it intensely, okay, right now. So I don't have to worry about it later on. It's more efficient that way for me. And I don't want you to think that I'm the nutcase you dated back. I'm just a nutcase that you dated back in high school. She's like, "No, I don't think that. I think you're the best kisser I ever dated. Ever. And you know what else I think? I think we should go all the way." Of course you're going to go all the way. Why the fuck wouldn't you? Okay, so yeah, so they end up having sex. We don't see it though, but they end up having sex. We do see Robert and Miranda having sex though. And once again, I'm going to raise the bullshit flag. Why the fuck is Miranda wearing clothes? She's fucking riding him cowgirl style, but he's fucking naked. Okay, but she's got her fucking bra on. She's got her skirt on. What the fuck, man? Come on. Okay, normal people don't have fucking sex like this. Okay? This is bullshit. I know why they did it. Well, if you're not going to fucking show it realistically, don't show it at all. This looks fucking fake. Nobody has sex with their fucking clothes on when they've got privacy and they're in a fucking bed. What the fuck? Yeah, I know fucking Miranda, I know Cynthia Nixon's got body issues. But if you're going to show it, then fucking show it. This is supposed to be realistic, right? Okay, it's supposed to be like realistic looking women having realistic sex. This ain't fucking realistic. Okay? It's just like all those fucking chick shows on the CW, you know? Where all the fucking guys are better looking than the girls. And I'm fucking straight. Even I noticed that shit. You know, Felicity, One Prick Hill. Yeah. Dawson's Crack. All that fucking shit. All that bullshit. Supernatural. Yeah. All that bullshit. Get the fuck out of here, okay? I know what I'm talking about, okay? I grew up in the era of fucking 90210, okay? And Melrose Place, so I know what I'm fucking talking about. All right, anyway, moving right along. Stanford talks to Carrie about Marcus, okay? He's upset. Like I said, he's upset that he was an escort. He tells her what I said earlier, that he's not so upset about the escort thing. He's upset that he kept it a secret from him. So they decided to break up, you know? He said he did it back in 1992. Okay, and he did it to pay his way through dance school. Dance on your back to dance on your feet. Or I guess in his case it'd be on his knee. Gross. Okay, all right. So he tells her that. So he's like, you know what? I don't want to hear the truth from some bitchy queen with a back issue of Honcho. We broke up. So Carrie, I need you to go to the prom with me. She said, I can't go to the prom with you. I have to go visit my boyfriend at the mental asylum. Yeah. Yeah, that's the writing on this show, man. It's pretty damn good, all right? And she's like, I like him, Stanford. Shut the fuck up about your boyfriend. It's about me now, okay? He's got issues, but he's getting help, and that's a good thing. I mean, besides, it's New York. Everyone's crazy. And Stanford's like, you fucked him, didn't you? She's like, yep. He's like, that's how it starts, Carrie. You sleep with someone, and you start rationalizing all the red flags. Well, at least he's honest, unlike Paul. Okay. So that happens. Carrie ends up going to the hospital. Okay, she's got to get buzzed in several times before she can get in there. Fucking Jeremy's there with a big sign that says Bradshaw. You know, like you're at the airport or something. And so they end up having a picnic outside. There's a bunch of wackos walking around. One guy's running around the field screaming, feces, feces, feces. And the orderlies have to restrain him and they have to tackle him and shit, you know. But they're having a nice little picnic. She's sitting down, he's laying down. Okay, he's like, you know, I don't, you know, he's like, you know, hey, this place is seriously not that bad, you know. He's like, you know, they got this nice place, they got this nice trail here where we can go hiking if you want. We can go hiking when we're done eating here. And Carrie's like, I don't hike. He's like, yeah, I don't either, but you know what? I did figure out something while I've been here, is that, did you know that hiking is the same thing as walking? Okay, touche. That was cool. That was a good line. I'm gonna have to remember that one. Okay. So Jared says, hey, you know, this place, he tells her, he's like, this place is full on institution, okay? Obviously, maybe it wasn't the wisest thing for me to start something while I was still locked up in here, you know, which is what I've been saying too. Like, what the fuck? You don't start a relationship when you're in the fucking nut house. He's like, maybe when I get out, you know, in the next, 8 to 10 months. And she's like, what? 8 to 10 months? And he's like, well, yeah, my doctor thinks that I still got a lot of work to do, you know, but I like it here, though. I like it here. Everyone's craziness is out in the open, you know, and we still don't know what he's in there for. He never revealed what it was. He's like, you know, I really love seeing you again, Carrie, you know, but I understand, you know, that we're just in different places right now. And Carrie has to admit that that's the sanest breakup she's ever had. So she's like, yeah, I'm not going to fucking wait 8 to 10 months for you. For your crazy ass to get out of here. So there's that. All right. Meanwhile, now we go to the gay prom. Okay. So Carrie is there with Stanford. Okay. They're both there. Okay. And they both get crowned queen and queen of the prom. Some fucking transgender thing. Drag queen is fucking announcing it. And anyway. And then they start playing If You Leave Me Now by Chicago. Ooh, don't, baby, please don't go. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, that song, right? Yeah. I remember that song when I was a kid. All right. So they start playing that. Of course, Stanford loves that song, you know. So Stanford and Carrie are dancing together, you know. And Carrie's like, you know, it was crazy to think that after everything I've been through, I would end up with my high school boyfriend. Well, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? And I recently came to that conclusion as well. Yes, I also had a similar situation happen recently. Recently, yes. And I hope she's not watching this. But yes, I also know what that's like, Carrie. I too have played in the sophomore lane. Okay, so yeah, so Marcus tries to cut in. He's dressed in his white tux, and he's like, you know, Stanford, I need to talk to you, please. And Stanford's like, no, it's okay. I already have an escort. So he's trying to explain himself to Stanford. Carrie's in the middle, so she's like in the middle while they're both yelling at each other. Marcus is like, I'm sorry. I didn't tell you I was really messed up back then. But I got it together now. Please, Stanford, it's prom night. And Carrie's like, okay, I'm going to go get a drink. She leaves. So Stanford's dancing with fucking Marcus. He's like, I just want to know one thing. Did you ever fuck Anthony? Which is Charlotte's gay friend. And he's like, no, of course not. God, no! And so they end up dancing. They're hugging each other. And poor Carrie's over by the punch bar. And she's drinking her punch by herself. And she's dancing by herself at the fucking gay prom. And that's how this episode ends. Okay, so yeah, this was a pretty good episode. I gotta admit, this was a really good episode. I mean, the gay jokes were just flying. It was hilarious. I mean, sometimes the episodes are just really funny. This was definitely one of those. Okay, so yeah, I like this episode a lot. All right, so thank you for watching my review, my straight man's point of view. Okay, and I will be back with the next one. Thank you for watching this long, and I'll see you again. Bye.